So anyway, today, moving right on, we saw a movie at the Florida Film Festival. Thought we could talk about that, give our short review.
Yeah, we saw the
Lou Over the Wall.
Lou Over the Wall.
Okay, it was an anime.
Yep, animated picture. It was about the kappas, about mermaid people. Mm-hmm. And what did you think of Lou Over the Wall?
I liked it. I didn't think it was a masterpiece, but I liked it. It's a Florida Film Festival movie, so I'm guessing this is one of the studio's first, our director's first movies or whatever. I didn't look too much into it, but I'm picture it's like an earlier release in that studio's, list of works. So as far as that goes, they have promise. I thought it was cute. It's a kids movie.
Very much a kids movie, yeah.
It's about a little Japanese village on the ocean, and there's a giant mountain that blocks the sun out. And mermaids are vampires in this movie. Let's be realistic.
I really
here.
want to do more research on kappas after this.
Yeah, so spoilers. If you're planning on seeing this movie, there's not really much to spoil.
I'll
but
give a basic story.
Sure. I just want to talk about the mermaids. It's okay. Yeah. So a kid who he's a dickhead. This is one of my least favorite parts of the movie. Is the main character is just a total dickhead.
He's another anime cliche, which is you have the main protagonist who's just like an asshole, and then for some reason people are okay with it.
Yeah, he's just a total douchebag, and he's like totally into himself and doesn't care about anybody else, and doesn't even want to give anyone the time of day, and yet people are just like surrounding him and like, please be our friend. And this kid lives in an ocean town. He meets this mermaid, and they become friends. And they play. It's like almost. It's not a musical. There's no songs really. It's not like a Lion King or something like that. But it is very music driven. So that's cool. Anytime they can mix animation with music is always usually. I love Fantasia, things like that. So. It's a kids movie about a mermaid and a boy who becomes friends with them, and then of course the town finds out about the mermaid, and they first want to exploit it, and then they kill it, or they want to kill it. So, kind of like it's like a mix between like Beauty and the Beast and
Ponyo almost a little bit.
I was gonna say like Beauty and the Beast, and then the typical that trope of like circus like ringleader finds a rare creature like a King Kong type of thing.
A boy and his dog story almost too.
Yeah, well, so it's almost like a mix between Beauty and the Beast and like what did I just say? Yeah, that's like
a King Kong.
King Kong, yeah. They first they want to see it, and then once they see it, they're like, oh, we can make money off of this.
Yeah.
And then once they make the money, something goes wrong, and they say, well, fuck it, we'll just kill it.
Yeah.
So they don't understand it. Anyway, typical, a lot of tropes, but it was a cute movie, and I liked it. If you like Ghibli stuff, and it's worth a watch.
I enjoyed it a lot. I really liked the animation, and I liked the music a lot. And when the movie first started, I didn't know it was going to be dub or sub, and I as soon as it started, I went, oh no, it's dubbed. Yeah. Which I'm not one of those people. Like, I watch a lot of anime, and the thing is, I'm okay with a good dub. I'm all right with it.
That Yu Yu Hakusho dub.
Yu Yu Hakusho's good. Every Ghibli movie has a decent dub. I even think the remastered Sailor Moon is actually a pretty good dub. Mm-hmm. So I'm open to dubs. I'm not one of those people who's just like only subbed. Like 90% of the time I watch animes and subbed, but I'm okay with it if it's done correctly. So the movie opens up, and one of the first voice actors who talks is just complete garbage, just awful. So both of us kind of groaned. Yeah, and just went, oh god, is this going to be the whole movie? Thankfully, not.
He was barely in the movie.
He's barely in the movie. So if you are one of those people who is okay with dub if it's not done terribly, I recommend it. I think if
yeah, it wasn't bad.
It wasn't bad. I still would prefer
the sub
to watch
is probably
it, and
better,
the sub, I'm sure the sub's better. But I even thought the Mermaid Girl was really cute in English. Like, she wasn't obnoxious or anything. I think sometimes those characters can be terrible in English.
Yeah, so we both gave it like a 3 out of 5 stars.
Yeah,
and
I
they
think it's
ask
worth
you
the watch.
at the Florida Film Festival. They ask you to rate the movie you see. So both rated it a 3, and that's a good in my book. So yeah, it's worth a watch. What else do you have for us?
Well, I just wanted to kind of follow up on the limited run games Switch prospect, because Thimbleweed Park's pre-orders did end, and they originally stated that if this pre-order process goes well, that they would release all their Switch games this way.
Why just Switch games? Why not all their games?
Because they have tried it in the past, and the thing is, a lot of these games are niche games. You said it yourself. Sometimes games don't sell out all the way, and they end up. It creates a very, very long process to make the games at that point. So they did every type of game like this. You already don't like how long it takes for limited run games to come in right now. If they did every release like this, it would take several months.
But a lot of it is just the what I don't like is that they're kind of a fucking mess when it comes to shipping their stuff. Like, there was that one time I ordered a game and they sent me the shipping notice, the confirmation or whatever, and then they didn't actually put it out the fucking door for like 3 weeks. That means they had it boxed with the label on there, and it just sat in the warehouse for 3 weeks.
That's one instance, though. I've ordered several games from them, and I never had an issue.
I'm just saying, they take their sweet time when it comes to shipping this stuff out.
Well, I think the problem with the pre-order process is that the other times they did it, it didn't turn out as well as they hoped. It's like because the first time they did a pre-order process, they did it with Skullgirls, and
we're still seeing the effects of that.
Well, yeah, everyone just now got their copy, and that was almost 2 years ago that the pre-orders came out.
Yeah.
So the issue with the pre-order is that they kind of had it kind of was like a Kickstarter at the same time, but they were like, if we sell this many pre-orders, we'll go ahead and secure the rights, because people wanted the Japanese voices to be an option in the game.
Right.
And the thing is, they needed to actually you can't just include those. You have to get because that was recorded by a Japanese company, so you have to purchase the rights to those Japanese voices from that company to include them over here. So they did that, and then it just became a giant arbitrary mess, because whenever you're making new physical indie games, they already put themselves under this process where it has to be completely perfect, where that's the limited run thing. So anyways, long story short, the limited run copy of Skullgirls took a very, very long time, and a lot of people during the pre-order process were very upset, and it caused a lot of issues for them. Then they tried it again with Yeast Origin, and they didn't have a lot of people show up compared to how it probably would have sold if it was just.
I got my copy.
I got my copy too, but just look at that though. We didn't even participate in the pre-order, and we got a copy just fine.
Oh, was that different from?
That was a pre-order process originally.
Okay.
So I think that's where they were coming from. It's just that they've admitted this multiple times, and I don't think it's a scummy thing to do. I think that they understand that the part of the appeal of these limited run games is that they are limited. So people like when you have think about it, like when you tell someone that, hey, this is going to be available, blah blah blah. I've done this so many times, like pre-orders, and I just like, oh, okay, well then I can get it whenever I feel like it, and then it's gone, and then I didn't even pre-order or anything.
Right.
So, but when you tell me, hey, this game's coming out, you don't get it at this day, you're not getting it. So, I think that's the process they need to do with a lot, especially like Vita games and a lot of their niche indie titles and stuff. So I think they'll maybe be more open to a pre-order process because of how well this went, because they sold far more than they thought they would. They did 12,000 pre-sales.
What was the biggest selling game they've ever done?
12,000.
Yeah.
Nuts. So a lot more than I even thought they were going to do. So
I mean, that sounds about right. They did the fucking pre-order for like 3 weeks.
2 weeks. Yeah, 2 weeks they did a pre-order.
Yeah.
So they have officially, because they already hinted at this before the announcement, that if this does well, we'll continue to do this for all Switch releases. So they're going to keep going with that. So next upcoming limited run releases are going to be like Flint Hook, Mercenary Kings, Saturn Morning RPG, and Slime Son just got announced as well.
I don't know that one.
I honestly didn't want to just talk about that. I almost want to just talk about what's on your wish list for limited run Switch games. Like, what are those niche indie titles that are on that you don't think are going to get
Celeste.
Celeste?
That's a game that...
I don't think that's going to be a niche. You don't think? You think?
Well, just as much as Mercenary Kings or Flint Hook.
True. Yeah.
I mean...
Yeah.
So, yeah, or... There's been a lot of limited run titles that aren't that
aren't
niche.
too niche. Yeah.
So, yeah, definitely Celeste. It's supposed to be one of the best games released this year, and I'm holding out for it. I'm waiting for it because it got like perfect 10s.
It's so popular that it's gonna.
I know it's gonna get a physical release, and I'm not gonna get burned again like I always do when I buy those titles, and then it's like I held off for Axiom Verge for years. I was like, I know there's one coming, and then when they finally did it, then they had the Switch released, and I'm like, I know there's going to be one for the Switch, and finally my patience was rewarded.
That's good.
So, yeah, I do think that I think that they'll do Celeste eventually. Other than that, I'm not a big... When it comes to the Switch, I'm not a huge indie guy because, a lot of them are digital only. And it's not that I have anything particularly against digital only. It's just that I have hundreds of physical games staring me in the face every day that I need to play. Here they are. So, and I've got more downstairs. So, when it comes to gaming, I'm going to play something that I see throughout the day on my shelf downstairs that I need to play over, a digital game that's not staring me in the face every day. So, I wait until I can get them physically, and then I'll put them on the shelf, and they'll be staring me in the face, and I'll actually play them.
Yeah.
So I don't know. So I can't give a great answer other than Celeste.
No, maybe a game you already own that you would be.
Golf Story. Is that what you're hinting at? Yeah, they've all but announced Golf Story.
Well, who knows at this point? I thought they did, but it seems like they were hinting at it, but it's hard to say.
I think they'll do it. So yeah, Golf Story I bought, and I think they'll end up doing that. I don't know if I'll rebuy it.
I'm hoping for Fury.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Because I missed out on the PS4 physical release, so.
So that's a good alternative. Is like games that I missed that they've already done but are now on Switch as well. So there's a few of them there. I can't really think of any off the top of my head, but there are games like that exist. I might buy a Crawl.
Yeah, I thought
again.
that too. Double dip on that.
Yeah, I might buy Crawl again. Although I don't see that happening. I don't think it's that big of a game to warrant another release. It's not like a Saturday morning RPG type of game.
No, it doesn't have like a giant niche audience, and it's not like Overcooked or something like that, where it's just like a really well-known party indie game.
Did Overcooked get a physical release on the Switch?
I think it was supposed to.
Yeah, I think so.
I think it did.
So,
but
yeah, I'd like to see Celeste. Yeah. That's my pick. I don't have any more for you really, but that's the one I would like to see the most. So, what about you?
Actually, Night in the Woods is what I'm waiting on.
Why didn't you get that when they released it? I feel like there was plenty of.
Nope, it's never got a physical
really?
release. Night in the Woods has never gotten a physical release. No, not yet.
I'm thinking of a different game.
You're thinking of something else, yeah. Night in the Woods is something I've been wanting to play a lot, and I'm like, I even have like $30 in PlayStation digital credit right now. I'm like you, and it's just like I have all these physical games in front of me. I'm gonna regret it when it comes out. So I'm going to keep waiting, which has been funny because like Valhalla, which is like they announced that ages ago, and I'm still waiting for that Vita release, and I want to play that game so badly. I want to play it.
That's definitely a pickup for me. So, all right, Night in the Woods. Okay.
Yeah.